Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. You amazing, amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. And it is Monday morning, a new week. And look, we are going to be looking to talk about other cases this week. But look, I said something yesterday. Someone come to me and they were like, you keep apologising for doing Idaho 4 content. Oh, and by the way, you're looking absolutely amazing. I hope you had a weekend. It looks like you did. But anyway, yeah, so someone said, why do you keep apologising for doing Idaho 4 content? It's weird. And I thought, do you know what? I kind of find yourself apologising for it because so many people moan about it. And I got to thinking, and I thought to myself, do you know what? This is our channel. You know, my channel and the community's channel. And people have the ability to look at a thumbnail. They have the ability to look at a title and think, do you know what, that's a video I want to watch. Or that's a video I don't want to watch. Or that's a video what I want to watch and have an opinion. And some people will watch a video purely for the sole intention of thinking, I can watch this video because I disagree with it, or I know that there is an audience that will disagree with it, and I can make content about it. Or I can go into the comments and use that as a catalyst for attacking people who agrees with this creator. So for them people, I'll just say, look, if that's your bag, if you're a content creator and you do reactions, for instance, good on you. I wish you all the very best. You know, I will never say to somebody, stop doing what you're doing. You know, there's enough room for everyone on here, and there is room for people who do reactions. And sadly, I say sadly, it's not really sad because there is a market for it. There's a market for reactions, and some people enjoy that sort of stuff. But when that turns a little bit grey is when people make personal attacks, very personal attacks. That's uncouth. And if people are unable to do reaction videos without attacking individuals, whether that be the way they look and things like that, then that's uncouth and that shouldn't be supported. But by and by. My point being, I'm going to continue to do Idaho 4 footage on there. I'm going to do whatever content the community reacts to and responds to, because I'm a content creator and I need and want to create content that is consumed and enjoyed by the people around the community. And the Idaho 4, as tragic as it is, there are still things to talk about. There are things that people want to discuss. And in the video today, for instance, we're going to talk about James Fry. Because as Jules pointed out, I think it was yesterday, she said there was a press conference and it was talking about, James Fry and the fact that he was retiring, and people sort of questioned the timing of that retirement because it was just kind of under the 30 years, and generally law enforcement would work for 30 years and then retire. They've done their time, so to speak. So there's a few questions, but it turned out that what wasn't mentioned in that press conference was that James Fry wasn't retiring to, go and play golf or go and lay on a beach sipping margaritas and reminiscing about the good old days in the uniform. He is actually retiring because he is looking to run for the sheriff's position of Latah County. Now, some people are going to think to themselves, good on him, he's running for sheriff. Some people, like me, are going to think that's really odd timing. Now, if you go and watch after this the video over on Jules' channel, I'll leave a link in the description. There's an article that talks about it, and it talks about the fact of some of the reasons why he's doing it, and kind of a, for want of a better, like a eulogy. James Fry, he did this, he did that, he was known for this. And one of the things that they mention is kind of his guidance through the Idaho 4 situation. And I sat back and I thought to myself, but that's still going. It's like, that's like a captain of a ship doing a sail across the sea, starting from USA going to UK. I don't know why you'd want to, it's fuck all here. But doing that sail and sort of getting sort of a third of the way, jumping out and swimming back to shore, because he's a good swimmer, I think. And then someone else having to take over and completing that journey. And when James Fry gets back to shore, where he's jumped off the boat, he gets a reward. He gets a reward for his hard work in the journey across the seas. Now, if there's ever... Look, I know people don't like when you talk about things that could be conspiracy theory-esque. Do you know what I mean? They don't... And I'm sure that's a word. If it's not, then I'll pen that one to me. But if you ever wanted kind of something that would make you step back and say, hold on a second, did that just happen? Did that just happen? Now, could it have been, the stick and carrot? If you do this for us, we will do this for you. And again, I know it's tinfoil hat kind of grounds, that grey area. But you can't help but think about it. Because let's look back at the navigation of James Fry over this investigation and see what James Fry actually did. Now, James Fry came out very, very quickly and stated that this was a targeted, isolated incident and there was no threat to the public. Now, whether that is a knee-jerk reaction, because that seems to be what law enforcement does every time something like this happens. It's kind of, again, as aforementioned, like a knee-jerk reaction. Now, what's the best way to stop everybody from freaking the fuck out? That's to say, look, there's not an ongoing risk. The person who did this, they would target a specific person. And you think that even that's stupid, because at the end of the day, regardless of whether it was a targeted crime, you've got a situation where you've got a very, very dangerous person who has done a heinous crime and hasn't been caught. And obviously they are and have the ability to, because they are nuts and they have the ability to kill people. Then you, as the general public of the area where this atrocious act sort of happens, you do need to be alert, you do need to worry, you do need to concern yourself, you need to be on fucking high alert, unless law enforcement had some information that absolutely proved that the public was safe and they didn't have anything to worry about. But that was what he came out and done, and that perpetuated this train moving in a direction of, oh, okay, if that was targeted, then who was targeted? Was it the house that was targeted? Was it the individual that was targeted? If it was a specific individual, why were they targeted? What was the connection? And so on and so forth. And that snowballed into something where they eventually had to kind of step back and retract some of the earlier statements. He also went to the public and told them that the surviving roommates were not witnesses. He dodged questions and looked like he'd been asked how big his cock was in some of the questions. He went red like an absolute tomato. And you have to wonder what was going on there, considering, like I stated, the fact that he had originally said that the surviving roommates were not witnesses, and lo and behold, later on down the line, all of a sudden they are witnesses. And not only are they witnesses, but one of them is an eyewitness. An eyewitness saw the person. But again, perhaps he was just hiding that information from the public to protect the person, to protect the individual, who knows. And I'm sure that some people will feel that was the case. And look, it could be. But my point being, he's gone to the public, he has made statements that perpetuated certain elements of doubt, confusion, and I feel that some of the things that he said has actually perpetuated some of the negative feelings towards Dylan Mortensen especially. But anyway, that's by and by. He has also been seen doing things like going to this house, driving a U-Haul truck and removing evidence from the house, which is something that you don't generally see chiefs of police doing. Some of his actions are questionable at best, not unbecoming of not becoming of a police officer, a chief of police, to be driving U-Hauls and extracting evidence from, and personal belongings in bags and sticking them in. I don't get that. I don't get it. That seems to be almost like I need to do this. I need to do it. it's me that needs to do this. I can't get somebody else to do it because it's fucking bizarre, and why are you doing it? I feel, and I'm not saying that I'm right, and I know that this is giving content to those who like doing content and saying, oh, here we go again. But I feel that the fact that James Fry is retiring from his position as Chief of Police before this is even done, before it's even over, and running for Latah County Sheriff is how can I put this? I have to be careful how I put it. No, fuck it. No, I don't. I feel that if there was a sign of corruption, there you have it. There you have it. Well done. Thank you for the part that you've played in what we wanted to do here. You've done your part, and here is what we promised you. Because could you see it in the before? You know, the people sitting around the table. You know, look, if you do this, and let this go in this direction and help us, we will give you the old carrot and stick situation. There you go. There's the old carrot, and the carrot being the position of Latah County Sheriff. All you've got to do is this, and this. Very much like we've said with Dylan Mortensen. We will forget that you didn't call 911 for however long, and that we may have found something in the house, or this, that, and the other, or that you was texting your fucking mate doing the crimes, all of that. We'll forget all of that if you, that's right, if you say that you saw this person at this time, yada, yada, yada. Do you see what I mean? And like I say, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm not saying that's what happened at all. But I'm saying that's what it looks like. And this is why you get conspiracy start, because there will be something that forms a catalyst to a bunch of thoughts. And when you have that situation arise, and you can look at it, and then you can look back and think, well, does that actually make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. James Fry's done nothing. This crime isn't over. This crime is not over, and if you believe what Ann Taylor has said and alluded to, the fact that there is no fucking connection between her client and the victims themselves, unless Ann Taylor is flat out lying, then what has James Fry done to deserve the accolade of how he guided the ship, so to speak, through the crime, and, you know, he now deserves this fucking position? Just don't get it, mate. Let me know down below what you think. Do you feel that it's warranted? You know, he deserves it. He's definitely shown, you know, his commitment to the to Moscow, Idaho, and that he deserves this new position. That's progression. That's progression at his age. Or do you feel that this is we're now seeing some of the people who have been involved in this all along starting to get hold of the carrots that they were promised some time ago? Be interested to hear your thoughts. But anyway, like I said, you look amazing. You are amazing. Let's hope we all have an amazing week, and no one comes along and spoils it. And I'll catch you all in the next one.